I'm Eric Boehm, Curator of Aviation here at the Intrepid Sea Air and Space Museum, and today we're going to look at one of the more interesting foreign airplanes in our collection, the Israeli aircraft industry's Kfir. Kfir, which means lion cub in English, can trace its development all the way back to the French-built Dassault Mirage 3. The Mirage was a wonderful air-to-air fighter, but was somewhat limited in its ground attack role. In the mid-1960s, Israel asked Dassault to develop a fair-weather ground attack version of the Mirage. This became the Mirage 5. But in 1968, an arms embargo imposed upon Israel by the French government prevented deliveries from taking place. By using back engineering techniques, the Israelis produced an unlicensed copy of the Mirage. Around the same time, Israel was also using the big F-4 Phantom II from the United States, which had twin General Electric J79 turbojet engines. They married the French airframe technology to a single license-built J79 engine, and the result was the Kfir. The J79 was a pretty big engine for this Mirage-inspired size airframe. So the fuselage was widened in the back, the air intakes were enlarged, and extra cooling ducts had to be installed at the back to cool the afterburner. A capable and compact airplane, it could reach speeds in excess of Mach 2, about 1,500 miles an hour. The Kfir had 9 external hardpoints where it could carry up to 12,700 pounds of bombs and rockets for ground attack, as well as Sidewinder air-to-air missiles. Between 1985 and 1989, the U.S. Navy and U.S. Marine Corps leased examples of the Kfir, which were given the U.S. designation F-21A. Modified as unarmed adversaries, they played the part of opponents in dissimilar air combat training. Since the J-79 was an American design, export sales were extremely limited. All sales had to be approved by the U.S. State Department. So to date, only Colombia, Sri Lanka, and Ecuador fly the Kfir. The Israeli Air Force used the Kfir for over 20 years between the late 70s and the late 1990s, and it's still used by those few nations I already mentioned, and possibly by even more in the future. For more behind-the-scenes videos, visit intrepidmuseum.org.